2B is like the Tolkien of fucking copypastas, or the Jane Austen, or the Marilyn Monroe, or something, right? She was writing books, probably. I don't fucking know any more authors than Marilyn Monroe, Tolkien, and Jennifer Aniston, or I don't know, whatever. I don't read, okay? I don't fucking read. Shut the fuck up.
We Did It Chat, a long-form copypasta by 2B Diogenes. Let me tell you a little story. The profession of streaming, playing video games for an audience, was less than a decade old, not yet in its puberty, when a young music major named Aidan Mason, roundabouts Cheshire, England, realized he liked video games and video game streaming, especially compared to retail and auto repair. He was aware of streaming's common fare challenges, speedrunning, no death runs, and that he could do better. A friend had gifted him a notoriously difficult game, Dark Souls, and on this rock he founded his church. Under the name The Happy Hob, originally Hobbit until the Tolkien estate sent a cease and desist, he would neither speedrun nor no-death this sadistic piece of software. Rather, he would beat it in its entirety without taking a single hit. It was the video game equivalent of a boxer promising to KO his opponent without being punched in kind. And he delivered. Hidetaka Miyazaki, the creator of Dark Souls, was told about this accomplishment and initially refused to believe it. Flattering imitations followed, and no hitting became an acknowledged intersection between the stereotypically lazy pursuit of video gaming and the virtue of hard work. Like most any ambitious pursuit, to view the victory without witnessing the process is an egregious act of tourism. Such was my lackluster imitation. While bumbling my way through a casual playthrough of Dark Souls, I viewed one of Hobbs' successful no-hit runs on YouTube. Unable to see the chat he was speaking to live at the time, contextless as to how many attempts had preceded the attainment of this pinnacle, and disoriented by the pitch-black British humour accompanying and perhaps even obscuring the technical skill on display, I thought I was viewing a savant. The reality is hinted at by the usual utterance at the end of his successful runs. We did it, chat. To the untrained ear, this may seem suspect as a platitude, aching to actors and athletes thanking God while accepting awards. But one is forgetting that these celebrities are still the boys and girls from nowhere in their own heads. Consequently, attaining such feats may generally take on a supernatural or at least communal sheen, and we ignore this gratitude for unseen friends flippantly. Hob is not a savant. He is the rare intersection of a nigh psychopathic stubbornness with an entertainer's unsentimental affection. By the latter phrase, I mean the desire to please others generally, without necessarily catering to or compromising for them specifically. The product is what it is, whether you like it or not. But we do it because we feel like it. Whether this is an innate feature of Hobbes' personality, or merely a carefully devised strategy in the brave new world of parasocial business, only his real-world friends know. As a regular in his chat, I suspect it is a bit of both. He is an entertainer, but not an actor. His constant use of self-depreciation, made possible only by possession of an immutable self-respect, does not seem something to be turned on and off at will. The few times his family members have appeared on stream provide an arguable confirmation, laughing almost to tears when insulted in good-natured fashion, quick to provide comical explanations when none were solicited. While it would be impossible to maintain the profane Hob persona in public, one suspects its modifications is more of a change of volume and timing than a change of context. When Hobbes states, We did it. He's acknowledging that the incredible repetition required to eventually complete a no-hit run is only made evergreen by the presence of a supportive chat. These are the poor weather friends of the stream. They're either due to the difficulty of Hobbs' pursuits or the gallows humour which accompanies them. And while their presence in general is effective enough, it's rendered all the greater by the fact that specific personalities may rise to the fore, almost to the possession of co-stars in the Enterprise. Primarily, these are Hobbs' wife, Megantron, the yellow lab Link, aka Linky Poo, Linky Donkey, etc., and the moderators Cowflive, Lady Zoe, and Matman, each of whom, compared to the stereotypical mod of any given Twitch channel, have a wealth of personality and inside jokes that is almost immediately evident. From my first day on Twitch, joined just to get a look at how the Hobbs sausages are made, I gathered these are real people who are as enthused about the stream as I, despite the fact that it is exceedingly easy to come across as just another disembodied entity in fast-scrolling chats. This is to their credit, but also to Hobbs. He addresses them publicly as private confidants, subtly educating viewers as to these more than cursory relationships. The same is also crucially true of non-mod regulars. When Hobb reads aloud the messages of Governor 84, I take but one unimpeachable example to avoid leaving out others. Viewers immediately apprehend that not only Hobb remembers this person, but recognizes the unique tone and intent behind this person's messages. Indeed, once achieved, this status may even outlast one's corporeality. Several regulars are no longer with us due to various tragedies. They are mentioned in the tributary tone, on stream, often enough that even latecomers may learn who they were. In truth, anyone who wishes can become such a recognized followership name, be it by providing banter to enliven Hobbs' workday and increase the stream's novelty, or even contributing a BRB, Be Right Back, intermission video. Many fellow streamers agree that Hobbs community BRBs are among the best on the site. Yet a newcomer needs integrate or legitimize their self. But this means of doing so is not sycophantic flattery. This too is a departure from the stereotypical stream, which for financial reasons is attempting to be all the things to all people and consequently embarrasses whatever suck-ups happen along. The Hobb community is instead a sort of self-aware clique, exclusionary not due to ego, but due to certain expectations concerning one's friends. This reality occasionally leads to long-term subscribers, big spenders, being banned. Their services are no longer required. The customer has been fired. When permanent in nature, these bans are usually due to a betrayal of this clique's unwritten rules, in much the same way that a real-world group of friends may shoulder out someone who has committed a faux pas that need not have been rendered a thou shalt not. It's not the infraction, but what the infraction implies about the person that is shunned. Occasionally, this may lead one who is accustomed to the uncensorial freedoms of the early internet to feel they are walking on eggshells, but this is intentional. The Hobbs sense of humour would plummet to the depths of 4chan and lower without this quality control via occasional culling. The denizens of the internet are not known for their social prowess. Consequently, many fail to realise that Hobbs' transgressive humour is for humour's sake rather than transgressiveness. This clique does not wish to recruit those who take nothing seriously. It wishes to recruit those who do not take themselves seriously. This subtlety is not perfectly enforceable, but it is extremely honest. Circa 2021, the stream's fearless leader faced a fear as of yet unencountered, one which required an even riskier honesty, a temporary burnout of the enthusiasm for Dark Souls. For many streamers who build their brand upon a particular franchise of games only to find that the thrill has gone years down the line, this is akin to Coke deciding that they just aren't that into making sodas. Hobb's viewership, however, temporarily bobbled, only then to restabilise. Per usual, the Valley of the Shadow of Death was the portal to the Promised Land. Most everyone, except the Patriarch himself, saw once and for all that the streamer's centre is Hobb himself, rather than a particular series. Ours is a cult of personality, rather than a cult of commandments set in stone. Indeed, around this time even the personality was revealed to be somewhat more mysterious than previously supposed, for it was revealed that this obscene gamer is also an experienced father. This parasocial spin sent many heads, including my own, for a whirl, but by the next day it was the new norm. A Hobb viewer must be adaptable. In early 2022, the Soulsborne no-hit community founder produced yet another revolutionary innovation. No-hit League, or Omid League. It's an esport with a football-like, Americans that means soccer, ranking system, wherein two no-hit runners at a time go head-to-head in the same modified instance, or the seed of the game, to progress with the least amount of hits. On its debut, the league featured Hobb himself as commentator and contestant, alongside other legendary streamers and in the adjacent to his community such as Lobos Jr., the godfather of Souls, who first discovered the game's streamable potential, and Dynasingale, world's first SL1 God Run, all 5 Soulsborne games in a row without taking hits or levelling up. Seemingly a way to both galvanise the community despite Souls' single-player emphasis and begin to lean the swords and spells crowd towards the profitable esports of fighting and first-person shooter games. Hobb clearly has his eye to the future, wherein sports and esports need not be differentiated. I, to be, write this perhaps as one unqualified. For many have been subscribed longer than myself, or met the man behind the myth so as to confirm or correct their own suspicions. Indeed, I write as one even unsure whether I will survive the necessary cullings I've described. While not exactly the typical breed of an internet troll, I do enjoy pushing my luck from time to time, especially when it comes to political issues that are being treated as golden carbs. Such irreverence is almost certainly why I was wanted in the stream for a time, and it may also be why I'm unwanted someday. But for my own part, I'm assured of one thing. The small monetary amount I have paid in subs and gift subs does not at all equal the hours of entertainment and full-blown laughter that I've received in exchange. Should I ever find myself an internet nomad once more, I will always cherish the memory of once having had a digital home.